So let me show you what appeared. That's why I was confused. Let me show you what appears on my end. I couldn't tell that I was clicking. You see, it's not noticeable enough that I was clicking. I was like, why can't I move my pawn? Yeah. So that's something I should point out to them. Like, that color needs to be a little bit more because I'm in dark mode, right? The color for dark mode needs to look a little bit more.
Yeah, because that's red.
Yeah.
It's another warm color.
Yeah.
Something like turquoise or like light blue or green.
Yeah.
Perfect,
exactly. So basically right now let me turn my camera around. Right now in this phase, I just go here. I take your pawn, which actually might not be a good idea because I don't have any piece supporting this. So I have like a soldier across the river. So I believe this is actually bad tactics in Xiangqi, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Sure, all right. So what are the crown, like the two on the two sides of the king?
They're called advisors, so they can only move diagonally, and they can only move in that square. You see that square that has the diagonals? They can only move in that square.
Okay, so they're like shielding.
Yeah, they're like shielding, but you can selectively potentially use them as attacking pieces too. For example, you see where the cannon is? Your cannon's sort of on one of the slots that the advisor can move on, right? If you put that cannon one rank before and there's an advisor in front of it, then technically you've mounted the cannon on the advisor, so the advisor's firing the cannon. So you can strategically use the advisor as an attacking piece. Also, for example, if your cannon's on my side, it can jump back using the advisor if I have a piece that's behind your advisor. So like one of the tricky things about this is the cannon can attack backwards so freaking easily. So we're not trained to think like that in Western chess because rarely do we have so many pieces on our side of the board that we can attack, right? And our pieces are on the other side attacking backwards. So that's something that always gets me when I play this game.
Right.
Yeah, and dude, I know this is a lot, so don't worry about like getting everything I say because obviously this is a lifetime practice, much like Western chess.
Yeah, but it's so fun to learn.
Yeah. It's good for your brain, man. I'm telling you. It's like, this is how we stay young. This is how we can get better at martial arts. You got to think outside the box.
Yes, always. And then just like comfort zone destruction.
Yes.
Is the best thing.
Yes. Like even the fact that I'm showing you this, it's like comfort zone destruction because I don't know enough, but every time I explain it, I think I learn a little bit more.
That's true. That's well, there you go. That's a martial arts parallel because there's always one.
Yeah.
Especially with people like that.
Yeah.
But like our coach always says, like, try and teach this technique. You'll see how good you know it.
Yeah.
So it's always the same.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you are protecting those two pawns, right?
Yes. So this move is kind of offensive and defensive. Again, because this is Xiangqi, it's much more open the board. So I'm protecting the pawns, but I'm also potentially moving my horse, aka my knight, up the board into your territory.
Right. Might try this.
Yeah, that's good. So that's definitely a good move.
Right, I'm trying to protect that same pawn, and maybe I can potentially open some kind of line over there.
Yes.
And I still have a little cannon that I can shimmy around left to right.
Yes, exactly. So then, usually, this is the move they always give is I can go here. This is like a standard little opening. So, because now if you move your elephants or you move your advisors, you're not able to do that because I pin those pieces.
Right. So, and he can go any direction. He's basically like the rook, right?
Yes, exactly.
All right. So my advisors can't move.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I can move the king.
Yes, you can move the king, and of course, you can also ignore this threat for now because obviously I don't have any other piece that right now can make a threat of a check. So, but it's like it is a thorn on your side to have this piece up there, right there, right? So like you could try to potentially move your king, which is not a bad idea, or potentially you could try to threaten my piece. Or you could potentially try to counterpin. Counterpins are one of those things, even in chess, I'm not good at, so.
Neither. Alright, I'll try this.
Oh, nice.
The pawn is exposed, right?
Not really, because your rook is protecting the pawn. The rook, aka the chariot, you know, we can call that that's called a chariot in Chinese chess, but technically it's a rook.
Okay.
Yeah. So I believe right now, once you get to the next move, you'll see you're technically being blocked by your cannon because the horse can't move to the side that you want it to move because it's called majiao. In Chinese, it's your horse's legs. Your horse's legs are being trapped in that direction.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's something, when I played this as a kid, I could never understand the horse's legs thing because I'm like, but you could technically circle around it, but yeah.
Cutting angle.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you could technically cut an angle. So, I think I'm gonna go here.
Ooh, so you're preparing something.
Yeah.
So, you can move only one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not a line.
Yeah, that's another thing. The pawns, aka the soldier in Chinese chess, they don't have the initial 2 jump.
Okay.
I believe that was added later too in Western chess. Originally, I don't think there was a 2 jump, and also en passant was added later too.
Yeah, right. And I heard something about like queen not being a thing in like the earliest version.
Yeah, I believe that. I mean, the queen was definitely added after England had all these really powerful queens.
Makes sense.
Yeah, because it's like, where else in the world have they had, you know, very powerful queens?
Right. It's like the OP characters in like fiction and media. Like in Dragon Ball Z, everybody's always waiting for Goku because he's just too OP.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
all the storyline end up being everybody waiting for him to show up.
Yep, yep. Let me think about this. I have to see the elephants because they move diagonally. Sometimes I forget how they move, so I have to think about. I think
Another thing, technically probably better for like actually for like proper games because like on the board you wouldn't be able to see where you can go.
Mhm.
But on like chess.com and Lichess, you can always, even when it's not your turn, you can like tap the figure and see where it could go.
Yes, and that's something I will remark to the creator. That's a really good suggestion. I'm gonna put you on an email chain with the creator of the site later, and we can talk about that because that's a very important thing that would make the gameplay better because we strategize as the other player's moving. So we need to be able to see our moves even when the other player's moving. That's a really good point.
Because it's either like no visualization at all,
Yeah.
or everybody should be able.
Yeah.
That's how it feels. I mean, it helps a lot in chess, but then it ruins your game over the board.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, it's a useful tool, especially for something like this when I'm playing it for the first
For
time.
the first time, exactly.
So let's see what is possible to do. So my rook is protecting my cannon, right?
But I am also threatening your rook. That's the thing. So this is the one thing that you see in Chinese chess that you don't necessarily see in American chess is that the rook, if you don't have them come out soon, it gets easily trapped because technically your rook is a little bit trapped. I mean, if you move your cannon, you can save your rook, right? Because then my cannon's exposed to your rook's attack. But like if you wanted to keep your cannon there, your rook's gonna get taken next round. So that's something you don't see as much in Western chess because there's no piece that can jump over any piece like the cannon piece.
Yeah. Right, but how do I take? So how say the cannon takes?
The cannon, you basically, whichever piece that's over another piece, you just click on it. So right now, the only piece your cannon can take is yourself, which she can't do. But if that pawn were my pawn, you can take it immediately.
Right. Okay. So that means if I were to move the rook one spot, you would be able to take it.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Which means that I can probably just like try and attack like this.
Yeah. So that was very good. It was just one move too late because now I can take the rook.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Move, right.
Yeah, exactly.
I forgot it was one square.
Yeah. So it happens a lot because the thing is, what's interesting now is my cannon's kind of trapped there. No matter where I move now, your knight's gonna take me. So I trapped my cannon. I mean, it was a good exchange. I took your rook, which the rook in Chinese chess is the most powerful piece. But like, if I can't move the cannon to the left, or sorry, to the right, because your knight takes it. I can't move it back. The knight takes it. If I take your advisor, your king takes my cannon. The only move I have now is to use it to take your pawn over there. So I can jump over your cannon and take your pawn. So that's your only move. Or that's my only move.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Then we would be... we wouldn't because you have that pawn.
Yeah.
That's threatening.
Yeah. The other thing is, this is the difference between Chinese chess and Japanese chess. In Japanese chess, aka shogi, your cannons can't mount on another cannon, right? That doesn't make sense. Like, you need someone human to fire a cannon. So I actually like that rule from Korean and Japanese chess, or maybe it's Korean chess, that like your cannon can't jump over other cannons because like who's firing the cannon? So yeah, I like that rule, but you can technically think about this as like the cannon guy's firing the cannon, right? So it's not like you need another piece to fire the cannons, but I kind of like that rule of the cannon can't jump over other cannons, but that doesn't exist in Chinese chess.
Yeah, but that's fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out, because if I move my knight and try to threaten the pawn, then you just take that pawn and you still have that line with your pawn. So, but if I move the cannon, then you just take it anyway.
If you move the cannon, I think I don't have. Oh, you're saying I can move my pawn up and then take. Yeah, that could be something I do. If you move your cannon, I might just keep threatening your cannon too, because if you look at my rook, I can move my rook laterally, right? I can move it to the second file, and then I can threaten your cannon. Oh, you're gonna do that? Okay, that's not a bad idea. So the only thing about this is now look at what my cannon can do. Again, you'll learn this. Now my cannon can take your knight.
Yeah, I can't take with the cannon. I'm so
Yeah.
used to being able to take that I just gave you a free piece.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this cannon piece is the end of me. I'll be like doing well, and then suddenly from behind enemy lines, I get taken. I'm like, what the heck? I forgot the cannon's there. It happens all the time.
All right, we'll try this.
Yeah. Yeah. So now, I think I'm gonna. I'll come over here. So now I'm moving my rook out.
Ooh, so you're opening that line.
Yep.
So if I take that pawn, then you can just put your rook down there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I can't protect with the cannon because there's no figure in between if you do that.
Yeah. But that's actually a very good. So what you're thinking about is actually a pretty good play. So if you take my pawn with your elephant, right, which is what you were thinking of, look at where the elephant's protecting. The elephant's technically also protecting your cannon if you take with your elephant. I don't even think like that because I just like forget that the elephant can move to the rim. So like you said, I do a double attack if I put my rook up there, right? Once your elephant takes my pawn, I technically do a double attack. So that is a very good consideration. And like, but then the thing is, think about if you put your other elephant up, right? Then you protect the elephant, and then your cannon's protecting your pawn. So like you do have a good defense chain there. But then potentially I might move my cannon to check. Right, I might move my cannon to check your king or your general, but then you do have advisors to protect, so you're not completely lost if I put my cannon back in the center.
Yeah, I can still do something.
Yeah, exactly. So that actually is a pretty good move. I mean, if from my analysis, again, I'm a beginner too, but for my analysis, it looks like it's a pretty good move. It's a free, yeah, exactly.
I'll try.
Yeah, we'll try. We'll play this out just to show kind of what I was seeing. So this is what you were seeing. So you see, if I go here to do a double attack, it technically is not, because your other elephant can now go to the center, and then it protects. Yeah. So then, like, even if I go here to check, right, you still have your advisors.
Right.
And this is a crucial part. Think about which advisor to move, right? Because obviously I got a rook there to potentially threaten. So you don't want to actually move the wrong advisor.
Right. How did you say the knight, the horse? So I can't have like a figure in front.
Yes.
Like
So,
the middle square. So if my cannon wasn't there, could I be able to jump, or both?
yes,
my cannon
yes.
and the
If your cannon weren't there, you'd be able to capture my cannon immediately.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
But the elephant is, so the elephant on the like the sort of the edge of the L that can stay.
Yes, definitely. This is so cool. This is your first game of Chinese chess. Good, good. That was a good move, because if you move the other advisor, then my rook would have come down, right? So that was a really good move. So now, like, this side is blocked. I don't have too much attack on this side. So
There's no castling.
yeah, that's another thing I forgot to tell you. There's no castling, because technically you sort of have a fortress already with your advisors and your elephant.
Right.
Yeah. But, like, I always tell people who don't understand castling, like a lot of Chinese chess people don't understand, castling is a very aggressive move, too. You can use castling to move your rook to the center, right? That's part of the reason you castle. So, like, people who think they understand chess, who don't, because they only play Chinese chess, they're like, oh my god, castling is such a cheap move. I'm like, no, it's not. You just don't understand castling. You think it's defensive because you've never played Western chess and known that you can, sometimes you can, if you're selective, you can even do a check with a castle.
About to say, that's the most satisfying thing ever.
Yeah.
You check with the rook.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Right.
So now, let me think about this. I'm probably going to do this. So now, see, now I got a rook over. I have a knight that could potentially come over, and I have two cannons. So now I feel a little bit more comfortable. One of the rules they tell you in Chinese chess is, unless you get the cannon in the center attack, don't attack the sides with the cannon immediately. Again, I'm still pondering that rule, but apparently that's good. That's good, like, beginner rule to know. Don't attack from the sides with the cannon unless you have support.
You know what I might do? Because this might open up my knight, but I also, because I don't see a potential threat, at least at the line with where your cannon is, and that on like your field, your pawns take forward.
Yeah.
But when I'm on your field with pawns, then you take diagonally or side to side, right?
Yes, exactly. So when your pawn gets to my field, then you can take side to side. Yeah.
So which means that you can do this. Right?
Exactly. That's a good move. That's a very, very good move. Yes, because my pawns can't take you right now.
Right.
Yeah, that's a very good move.
Right.
Yeah, that was a very good move.
This is so cool, actually.
Yeah. Let's think about it.
It was gonna be cool, but I wasn't sure like how fast will I be able to like start enjoying enjoying like the whole thing. But I guess enjoying the process is always something that feels like it's not going to be there, but then it always is. At least in my experience.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, if we want to have fun, like learning something, then it's always awesome.
Yeah.
So,
And what's really good about what you just did is you're now doing sort of a double attack, right? You're attacking this pawn, but now you've opened up your knight. So your knight, aka your horse, is now attacking my cannon. So you did a beautiful double attack, because if I only care about my pawn, or even if I ignore it, I'm going to get my cannon taken. Yeah, so that was a really, really good move. So now, let's see. Yeah, that's a really good move. I'm tempted to just, let me think about this. It's really cool. Another thing you'll see, if you attack my pawn with your cannon, check out what the two cannons do. They protect each other. So if your pawn attacks the D1, or sorry, if your cannon attacks the D1 pawn, then your H1 cannon and your D1 cannon can protect each other. It's like it's called a double cannon or whatever it's called. But yeah, that's like an offensive and a defensive move.
okay.
Yeah. So, but
Yeah, but I can't access that line with because you have the knight that's defending, right? So
yes, exactly. I do have a knight that's defending, so that's something. That's also, it's good that you saw that. So like it wouldn't be a good exchange for you, because then like my knight would take and then your cannon could take, but then you're exchanging two cannons for a knight and a pawn, which is probably not worth it.
yeah.
And then on top of that, I'll probably still take your pawn, but then, you also can take my cannon. Like, this is something I didn't even think about, but look at how I put my cannons. My cannons are lined up for a double knight attack. You can first take my cannon, and then you're directly threatening my next cannon. So, like, this is kind of, it's like, oh, like, this is something I never thought about. Like, be careful how you put your cannons, because technically, if you had two moves, you can take two of my cannons.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the width of each piece, like in terms of like in chess, like the rook is the queen, then the rook, then you go like down to the pawn. Like what's the rooks are the most powerful? So
Yeah, rooks are the most powerful. I believe knights are the second most powerful, and then cannons, I believe, are the third most powerful. And then pawns are worth 2 points when they're across the river, but they're only worth 1 point when they're on your side of the board. And then elephants and advisors, I forgot. I believe they're like 2 points or something. Those defensive pieces are really weird.
Okay, so the elephant is worth less than the knight, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I might have an idea. But I'll leave that one. Maybe it's okay, maybe it makes sense, maybe it's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
Yeah, it sucks because I really want to do an exchange with you, but the issue is because your knight can attack both my cannons within 2 moves. That whatever exchange I was thinking about is probably not exactly good. So I'm sort of forced to move my cannon, which I don't want to, because my cannon's sort of pinning your elephant. I like it like that, but I think for the sake of yeah, it's weird. Let me think about this.
But cannons can attack over the river, or they can't.
Yes, they can attack over the river. Yes.
That was correct.
Yeah. Think about this. Actually, this might work. I'm gonna try this.
Ooh, I'm scared.
This could be the wrong move, but I'm just gonna try it anyways. So I basically protected my second cannon with my pawn, because technically the cannon's worth or the knight is worth more than the cannon. So I'm basically telling you, you can take my cannon, but then I'm gonna potentially do some other exchanges with you. So this might not have been a good move, but
I'm gonna try. Oh, so I can't do that. So only cannons can go over the river, right? And knights, probably.
Yeah, knights can go over the river, yes, but elephants, sorry, I forgot to tell you, elephants can't go over the river. It's a weird rule.
About that elephant to try and capture on the what is it? It's on the one line, on the furthest line where I can jump with the cannon, and then you would take it with a knight, and then I was thinking about potentially taking with in a diagonal, but I can't go over the river, so now I know that.
Yeah.
So that's what I was like thinking.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna do that.
I actually realized I made the move in the wrong order. So it's funny, like I'm glad I did it because now I realize I made the move in the wrong order. But like that's why you have to like take a risk, and I should have gone with my gut, but it's like it's okay.
Yeah, because I'm thinking I can still take, right?
Yeah, you can still take the cannon, and like the difference is how I originally thought about it. I would have been threatening your cannon either way, but now I'm late to threatening your cannon. So like I made the move wrong. Like yeah, exactly. So originally what I wanted to first do this. You see that? I should have first done that, and then when you moved your knight, I could have moved my pawn up to protect my cannon, but I was so playing defensive that I forgot that like being offensive is better in this case.
Right.
Yeah.
That totally. Now I'm kind of screwed. So you're definitely, if I don't move that cannon, you're taking it.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that you're defending the other cannon, your cannon, because if I take it, then I just lose mine. So that's technically a trade, but I'm opening your rook, which is very dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm already down, like, what am I down? With pieces? Can I see somewhere? Is there
That's another thing they're going to add to the next iteration of this site. You can't see what pieces you've taken, which is not how chess is played, right? This is an immediate thing they're going to add. They know, like, this is something that's affecting the gameplay right now.
Right.
Like, it's impossible to calculate if you... I mean, you could look at the board and see which pieces, but, like, our minds can't work that quick. Like, part of the reason why we can calculate is we can look at what pieces we've taken, what pieces they've taken, right? That's how the physical game works. You can't rely on your own memory. That's just not... That doesn't make the game fun, because that's something that the game provides for us normally in a physical world.
Yeah, you can always see that, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's not like the thing that's just the nature of the digital thing. That's just, that should be... Makes sense. I'll try and do this.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how smart that was, but...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so...
I'll see.
So that was another example of just one step too far.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't go back with the elephant. I thought that I could.
No, you can.
Now eat.
You can.
Oh, I can.
Yeah, you can.
But that's probably not the right thing. But I'll try.
Yeah, you try. See what happens.
Yeah. And it's also, I'm 3:55 minutes, so I should speed it up.
Yeah.
Where's all that bullet chess? Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, this is very interesting how it's played out, because I think
Oh, you can do the Picasso lines as well. That's cool.
yeah.
But I can do this, right?
Yes. Yeah, that was very good play.
Because I don't want to eat with the knight. I want to... Knight is more, right? It's better than...
Yeah. see.
So that's what I would think. But
Yeah.
we'll see. Yeah.
And then as it goes to the end game, the difference between Chinese chess and Western chess is that in Chinese chess, you can't force a stalemate as easily. So if you have no moves and it was caused by me forcing you to have no moves, I win.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so in Western chess, no matter who has no moves, it's a stalemate, right? So like it's if you start losing, it's easier to force a stalemate, but it's much harder in Chinese chess.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. That's what I always do when I blunder. Bro, please. And well, most of the time I have no clue how to do the stalemate. I'm just hoping.
Hoping, yeah. That's been me recently too.
There you go. I tried this. I have no clue if that's good.
Yeah.
But it feels like I'm invading space, and I don't see a direct line, but you can probably set something up and just take the cannon. It's probably not good, but yeah.
Let's see. I'm gonna think about this. This is a very interesting place you put the cannon. Let me try this. I've never tried that before.
Why can't I take the knight? Oh yeah, it's the cannon. Forgot you have.
Yeah, you have to go over a piece exactly.
So, which means my only safe spot. Well, I have a few, but let's try and see which would be the best.
Yeah.
Tactically speaking. This, right?
Yeah, that would be a good square.
Right, I feel that it's a happy square.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see.
That's when you're playing chess, like Western chess, and then this feels like a happy square.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, it's the worst blunder.
Yeah.
But I can check.
Yeah, exactly. You can check. But thank goodness I'm okay right now because I got elephants protecting each other for now.
But that means I can do this.
Yes, exactly. So now you move another piece into the territory. Exactly. And that's gonna be a very threatening move very soon.
Is this technically a fork? But it's not worth exchanging, probably.
Yeah, definitely not. You don't want to exchange because my other advisor can take your knight or your horse.
And the horse is like the super strong.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not exactly a good move. But then, you could, because again, like if you take one of my advisors, right, then my king loses protection and this is endgame. So again, these calculations are something I'm not good at with Chinese chess yet. But yeah, it's awesome you're thinking forks. Like it's really good you're thinking forks.
I'm trying. And of course, every time I get lucky by accident, it was all planned.
Exactly.
Always in any situation. Even in like if you land a great shot in sparring, it's like just the sparring partner zigged, should have zagged, but no, that was set.
Yeah, that was totally my setup, exactly.
Think about that the whole time.
Yeah.
All the times I taken head kicks, that was all planned. like sparring logic. You just take a head kick and like have bad etiquette, so it doesn't count, right? I'm not knocked out.
Yeah.
So I can do this, I guess.
Yeah. So, if you moved your knight, you see that square in between my elephant and my horse, my knight? B7. If you moved it there, you would have had a fork. You would have had a check fork. So you would have taken my rook. Yeah, I was hoping you didn't see that, but you're thinking about a fork, which is still good, but you almost had a better fork. Yeah.
I forgot that the advisor can't take in that direction. Like, the lines are drawn.
Yeah.
And I'm still not conditioned to see
Yeah.
that that's not where you can go.
Yeah.
I was thinking you can just take with the divisor, but can't.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly. Yeah, so you're thinking forks, which is awesome. Like, that's why I like playing chess players in this, because you're seeing how they're trying to adapt their strategy over. It's really cool.
but then I have to escape, and the only place I can go is here.
Yeah, exactly. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do.
Yeah, I have no clue what that even is, but it's just in my mind.
Do, do. Ba-dee, ba- da-dee, ba-dee, ba-dee. Tuh. Dun, da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
Indiana Jones. What do I do?
Yeah.
Ooh, I think I might have an idea. But I'm not sure. I might try and do that. It's not something that I always forget, even in like European or Western chess.
Yeah.
It's like to think what you were thinking. Like,
Yeah.
I'm still horrible with that.
Dude, I'm so horrible at that too.
Yeah, like to think what the opponent wants to do instead of just, oh, I want this.
Yeah.
But I should be thinking like what you are trying to achieve too. And it's just so, it seems so simple in concept, but it's so much harder when you're actually playing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I was thinking, what was I thinking? This, right?
So that would have been a good move, but the issue is because I put my knight up there, now I can take. Yeah.
Perfect. Quickly, I'm not thinking what you want
Yeah.
because I was so stuck on that move
Yeah.
that I didn't even recognize that you prevented that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's hilarious.
That's why I moved my knight up there, because I had to prevent your cannon from pinning me, and my knight was threatening your knight. So yeah, I predicted you were probably going to do a move like that, so I had to counterattack.
Right, like literally. I was just thinking, I was just saying that, and I just...
And you thought well, right? You were thinking about how to pin. Like, that was awesome. You were thinking about using, because your cannon could pin some of my defensive pieces, so that was good. But I saw through that. So, like, you're already better than most people who start out with Xiangqi, because they can't even think about pins. We don't even understand what a pin is. You already know.
Yeah, I guess chess had to help a bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my cannon is technically safe, right?
Yeah, it's technically safe for now. So your best bet, just from my analysis, is move your chariot out, because your chariot's such a powerful piece. So you got to get it into the attacking, because or else it's like wasted.
This line, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like a line like that would be good, because check out where my advisor is, right? My advisor technically is vulnerable. So now I got to make that crucial decision. Where do I put my advisor, do I lower my advisor or do I raise my advisor? That's always the... Let me think about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are one of like the... I usually would lower the advisor, but you know what? I'm going to go a little bit different. I'm going to raise the advisor. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
My thought is because your chariot is sort of more blocked right now by my defensive pieces, so it's better to have almost like... This is almost like a pawn chain, but like a defensive chain.
Right.
That's my thought.
And the elephant always has to move two squares, right?
Yeah, 2 squares, exactly. That's something I sort of don't like about the elephant piece. But it kind of makes sense. Like, in ancient warfare, if you block the elephant, they actually panic. Like, the elephant needs an open line to move.
That's cool.
Yeah, so, like, in Zama, when Hannibal finally got destroyed, right? It's because the elephants got blocked. The Romans learned to block the elephants.
Wow, that's mind blown right now.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm under a minute, so I should speed up. Let's see. Come on, let me engage my bullet tactics.
Exactly. Okay, here we go. Let us go here. Let me think about this. Let me think about this. Yeah, I guess now we're gonna play some bullet. Play some bullet time.
Kabunga time.
Oonga boonga time.
Maybe. I have no clue.
Okay. Shoot, I only got a minute. Oh no.
This is actually intense.
Yeah, this is where the intensity comes.
So, what the hell do I do?
Nice. That was good. Let me see. Go check.
All right. Oh yeah, you're outside of the thingy.
Yeah.
So I have to.
Yeah. Let's think about this. Just to we. Why? Got a minute and a half.
Effectively moved my the. Oh no! Actually, I can move in.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna lose the stronger figure.
Yeah.
I guess I. Okay, so that's. Oh, I'm done, right?
Almost. You have one more move, which is you can move your advisor up.
Yeah, but then you just take.
Yeah, exactly.
But I can still move.
But then, yeah, you might be able to have another move. We'll see. Let me see if there's anything else.
Like this. Yeah, this is a soon.
Oh, that's a checkmate. Yeah, exactly.
There you go. So, well, at least I noticed that I was getting checkmate.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing about this game, too. Checkmates happen much quicker if you're not prepared for them.
Right.
Like, all I did was I moved my knight up, and then suddenly, because my rook was already ready to attack, it just went like this.
Right, that's it.
Yeah. So, like, because you had your cannon there already, if you started moving your rook, you probably could have opened up some stuff. Now, I had a lot more defensive pieces, right? Because I sort of sacrificed one of my pieces for taking one of your elephants. But like I have both my elephants and both my advisors. But like if you had one more attacking piece beyond just the cannon and the rook, you would have like destroyed my attack or my defensive pieces so quickly.
Makes sense. So king can't move here. Yeah, that totally.
Yeah, the king can't leave the palace. The one exception is if your opponent king faces your king, there's a Chinese rule where your king can go into the battle and kill the other king.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So think about how in Western chess you can have a queen and two rooks kind of going directly at the enemy, right? The Chinese version is if you have a king supporting your two rooks, then you sort of have like a queen, two rook battery, but it's a king supporting two rooks. Yeah, but you got to be careful revealing your king, right? Because you don't want it getting attacked. So it's risky, but as the pieces reduce, then it's more effective to have your king support an attack.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so cool. Is there a review? Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Analysis in both of you. That's awesome.
Yeah.